Welcome back. The South African Human Rights Commission has expressed concern on the escalating attacks on farmers across the country. In the first 8 months of this year alone, the Commission recorded 148 attacks on farms, resulting in the death of 33 farmers. The human rights body released the Commission's report last week on safety and security challenges in farming communities. The farming communities are normally vulnerable to violence due to their isolation and lack of access to effective and timeous service delivery. The SAHRC conducted hearings into farm attacks between September and October of last year. Farm owners, farm workers, farming representative bodies, political parties, the SAPS, government, unions and others were given the opportunity to testify. Now, a commissioner from the SAHRC responsible for accessing justice and housing, Mr. Muhammed Ameermia, joins us in the studio this morning. He's also co-compiler of this report. Very good morning to you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning to you, Evan, and to your listeners. Thank you for inviting us over here to interrogate this report and share our experiences of this report.
It's certainly a very concerning report. If one looks at the numbers, just give us the context of what you think were the most important things that you found.
I think we must contextualize this entire report within two things: the right to life and also the right to food security. Now, we are concerned, and like you correctly mentioned, that it is frightening and alarming that there are so many deaths in the rural communities.
Yeah.
We then found in this report that it's not racially motivated, but it's a concern because these are vulnerable communities that are far away, they spread all over the country, that kind of thing. What we did with this report is we measured this report against the 2003 and 2008 report.
Yeah.
Now, the 2003 and 2008 report were basically talking to these very same issues, but in a very broad context. We decided that, it can't be just another report that has to be filed in Parliament for the sake of malicious compliance.
Yeah.
But what we did was we concretized this report into 13 recommendations. And we actually said that this report, whilst we're going to file it in Parliament as well as part of our mandate and our duties, but we're also going to monitor the situation. And we call on all the different stakeholders, whether it was Department of Justice, the Rural Safety and Network, Department of Agriculture, and we think all role players have a role to play in this matter, because fundamental to these issues is the issue of food security, and the farmers play a great role in that context.
I want to take you back to the first point that you made, that this is not racially motivated, is what you say. Now, in the South African context, that is a very big statement, because, as you understand, this is an issue that has been racialized throughout social media, throughout most of the discussion that we have. Unequivocally, what is the main reason that you see behind this? And what do you suggest is the way for us to untangle the race elements that have been brought into this?
Well, first of all, let us recognize that there are not only white farmers involved here, there are black farmers. I mean, the black farming community at the moment, there's a representation of 40,000 farmers that basically made submissions to our hearings.
Yeah.
Now that is a big constituency per se. We are saying that fundamental to this whole thing, in untangling the process, is the commercial farmers are a threat. That's the reality. Now the question is, how do we provide a safety net around those commercial farmers so that the food security does not become compromised?
Yeah. The bottom line that you're saying then is that it is a question of being easy targets, as we see in every other spheres of our society. The soft underbelly of our society is being targeted by criminals in general.
I agree with you on that statement. But what I'm saying to you, what we at the Human Rights Commission have done is we've also done some background homework. We have signed an MOU with the Commission of Police. And through that MOU, we are going to strengthen the ties. We are going to strengthen the ties between the various stakeholders. and we're going to concretize solutions so that we can provide the safety and security that is necessary for these communities out here.
What are some of the solutions that you're looking at, and how does, when we talk about food security, how do you secure that?
First of all, you need to give people peace of mind, right? That they're working in an environment and they're working in a safe environment. Secondly, what we are saying to you, to the listeners out there, is that when we're talking about farming, the farming community, we're looking at the vulnerability of the farm workers as well. And we are saying that a healthy building relationship between the farmer and the farm worker is also very important in this.
Yeah.
Recently, as you have seen, in the Western Cape, in the Durance area, as well as Stellenbosch, where we just won a big case, you know, the garnishee orders in favor of the farm workers. It was as a result of an intervention of farmers that came on board. So when that relationship is healthy, okay, that is the basis to start off with, to develop a trust relationship. And as a result, we are saying to people that then we need to, you know, concretize those steps in relation to forging stronger links with the community police forums, the South African Police Services as such per se. There's
no magic bullet or magic pill that's going to cause us to turn around, but you're confident that with consultation and with closing the gaps, the communication gaps between farmers, farm workers and all stakeholders, the problem is not an insurmountable one.
No, absolutely. We just got to work through this. We've got to chip at a mountain and we'll find our solutions. You know, we just got to give it that time to do so. But we are saying this report is different from the previous two reports, because in this report we are basically saying we are filing, but we're going to do monitoring and evaluation. We've got measurable objectives and key performance indicators that will work towards the solutions that we're envisaging.
Well, thank you for joining us today. It's a very interesting report, and it's one of the key questions that South Africa has to come up with an answer with, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. That is, the Commissioner from the South African Human Rights Commissioner, responsible for, or co-compiler of this report on farm killings and farm attacks here in South Africa. Muhammed Ameermia joining us this morning.